Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
So for today's video, we are going to discuss the common monomial factor. So factoring greatest common monomial factor, or the GCMF. So factoring polynomials is the reverse process of finding the product of two or more polynomials of smaller degrees. So factoring and GCF. GCF, or the greatest common factor of two or more monomials, is the common factor having the greatest numerical factor and with variables having the least degree. Thus, the term ax raised to n is the GCF of a polynomial if a is the greatest integer that divides each of the coefficient of the polynomials, and n is the smallest exponent of x in all terms of the polynomial. And take note, our a is what we call the leading coefficient, our x is our variable, and our n is our exponent. For example, so factoring the greatest common monomial factor, example, if we have 4x squared minus 6x cubed. Now, how we are going to determine the GCF of this polynomial? Okay, first try to look at the leading coefficient of each term. So here in the first term, we have 4, and in the second term, we have 6. So now, find the greatest integer that divides each of the coefficients of the polynomials. So if we have 4 and 6, so the greatest integers that divide them both is 2. And in terms of variable, so to find the GCF of the variable, the smallest exponent of x in all terms of the polynomial is the greatest common factor. So here we have x squared and x cubed. So the smallest exponent of x is squared. Therefore, our GCF is 2x squared. Now, how we are going to factor this common monomial? Okay, using the GCF. So put the GCF outside of the parentheses. Then divide the greatest common factor in each term. So here, if we have 4x squared, divide it by our greatest common factor, which is 2x squared. Now, 4x squared divided by 2x squared. For the leading coefficient, 4 divided by 2 is 2. And since they are both x squared, the value of that is 1, because x squared divided by x squared is equal to 1. Then, we have a negative. So put a negative here. And again, the same process, divide our second term to our greatest common factor, 2x squared. Now, 6 divided by 2 is 3. And x cubed divided by x squared. So take note, when you are dividing variables with an exponent, just simply subtract the value of its exponent. So x raised to 3 minus 2, we have x. So 3x. And now this is the greatest, or this is the factor of our polynomial 4x squared minus 6x cubed. Another example. If we have x raised to 4, y cube z plus x cube y squared v, what is the greatest common factor? Try to look at in each exponent. So we have x raised to 4 and x cubed. Since x cubed is the smallest exponent, therefore the GCF is x cubed. Next, try to look at for the variable y and compare their exponent and choose the smallest exponent of y. So we have y squared. And since here in the first term there's a z and on the second term there's a v. Okay? So since they are different, they are not belong to the greatest common factor. Now try to factor. So x cubed y squared is our GCF. Again, divide the first term to our greatest common factor. So x raised to 4 y cubed z divided by x cubed y squared. So x raised to 4 divided by x cubed, we have x. And y cubed divided by y squared, we have y. And just simply copy the z. Then, since we are using addition operation, so use addition or positive. Then again, divide the second term to our greatest common factor. So x cubed y squared over v divided by x cubed y squared. Now, x cubed divided by x cubed is 1. Y squared divided by y squared is 1. And there's only a v. So therefore, this is now the factor of our given polynomial x raised to 4 y cubed z plus x cubed y squared v. Another example. Try to factor the given polynomial 5ab cubed minus 15 a squared b squared plus 40 a cubed b. Okay, since each term has a leading coefficient, now let's focus to find the GCF. Let's focus first on the leading coefficient, 5, 15, and 40. So the greatest integer that divides each of the coefficient of the polynomial is 5, because 5 is divisible by itself, 5 is also divisible by 15, and 15 is divisible by 5, and 40 is also divisible by 5. Next, for the variable a, try to look on the variable a and choose the smallest exponent. So the smallest exponent of a is 1. Therefore, that is our greatest common factor in terms of a. Now, let's try to look at the variable b and choose the smallest exponent of the variable b. So the smallest exponent of the variable b is 1. So we have b. Therefore, this is our greatest common factor. Now, how we are going to factor that? First, again, the same process. 5ab. Then divide the first term to the greatest common factor. So 5ab cubed divided by 5ab. Again, cancel the 5, cancel the a. So b cubed divided by b, just simply subtract the exponent. 3 minus 1, we have b squared. Then, follow or copy the operation. we have subtraction. Then divide the second term, 15a squared b squared, again to our greatest common factor, which is 5ab. 15 divided by 5, we have 3. Then try to look at for a squared divided by a, we have a, because 2 minus 1 is 1. Then b squared divided by b, we have b. Then again, for the third term, copy the operation, which is addition, and divide the last term to our greatest common factor, 5ab. Now, 40 divided by 5, we have 8. And a cubed divided by a, so 3 minus 1, we have a squared. And b divided by b, you simply cancel that because b divided by b is 1. Therefore, this is now the factor of our given polynomial, 5ab cubed minus 15a squared b squared plus 40a cubed b. Next, another example. If we have 6p cubed q minus 18 p squared q squared plus 48 p q cubed. Now, find the greatest common factor. So again, focus first on the leading coefficient of each term. We have 6, 18, and 48. Now, what is the greatest integer that can divide each of the coefficient of the polynomial? So 6, is 18 divisible by 6? Yes. How about 48? Is 48 divisible by 6? Of course. Therefore, the greatest integer that divides the leading that divides each of the leading coefficient of the polynomial is 6. Now, try to look at for p. What is the smallest exponent of the variable p? So in the first term, we have p cubed. On the second term, we have p squared. And on the third term, we have only p. Therefore, since p raised to 1 is the smallest exponent of p, therefore that is the greatest common factor of p. Now, try to look at for the q. On the first term, we have only q. On the second term, q squared. On the third term, q cubed. So, therefore, the smallest exponent of q is 1. Therefore, the greatest common factor of q is q. And for the given polynomial, its greatest common factor is 6pq. How we are going to factor that? Again, 6pq, divide each term into our greatest common factor. So the first term is 6p cubed, q. Divide it by 6p cubed because that is our greatest common factor. Cancel the 6. Then p cubed divided by p. 3 minus 1, we have p squared. And cancel the q. Now, copy the operation. We have subtraction. Then, focus on the second term. 18 p squared q squared. Divide it by our greatest common factor, 6pq. Now, how many 6 are there in 18? We have 3. And try to look at the variable p. P squared divided by p is p, and q squared divided by q is q. Next, copy the operation. We have addition. And again, for the third term, 48p q cubed, divide it by our greatest common factor, 6pq. Now, how many 6 are there in 48? We have 8. And cancel the p, so q cube, divide it by q, we have q squared. And now, this is the factor of our given polynomial, 6p cubed q minus 18p squared q squared plus 48p q cubed. And that's how to factor the common monomial using the greatest common factor. I hope that you've learned a lot, and do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe on my YouTube channel, jnix_mathematics tutor, for more videos about mathematics.
Audio Jungle.